Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some of you saw snow yesterday. We will tell you why crews were thankful. And snow wasn't the only thing causing issues in eastern Kentucky. Rainfall from the weekend resulted in issues for schools and businesses. And it's that time of year again, flu season. We will bring you the latest stats and what medical professionals expect for the Christmas season.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 4:59 on December 3rd. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So if you're waking up, it is a little chilly outside. We saw some snow flurries yesterday. Let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, I was wondering if you were going to show up to work today.
Listen, I was sitting in the fishbowl getting warm there this morning.
I was like, we're 15 seconds out. Where is he?
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, you take over the weather because I can't do it.
It's been around. It's been a long night there across parts of the region. Some snow back on the roads this morning, so some slick spots possible. Be aware of that. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar. Still picking up on a little bit of snow. You have to turn the sensitivity up a little bit, but it's still around this morning. Had a bit of a snow squall on my way to work at about 2:30 this morning. We are also seeing temperatures below freezing in most areas, so keep that in mind as you travel this morning. Travel easy. Some school closings and delays, even business delays there on the bottom of your screen this morning, and you can also find those at WYMT.com. Our northwest winds are still cranking. They're not as bad as they have been, but they're still around, so that's pushing some of that moisture still into the region there. Out the door forecast, we are going to see slick spots on the roads. We'll give you a full detailed forecast, but 40 for your daytime high, so we get above freezing, but those snowflakes will still be around for the first part of your day. We'll have that detailed forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. While many towns in lower elevations saw rain and a bit of wintry mix yesterday, higher areas and higher elevations experienced inches of snow. On top of Pine Mountain was one of those places. Crews worked to clear US 119 for drivers early Monday morning. They say thankfully the weather was not any colder, or it could have caused some problems for them.
We actually dodged a huge bullet. The temperature stayed just warm enough to prevent us from having some huge issues. I was up here about 5:30 a.m. this morning, this exact location. The temperature was 32, and it kind of had us all on pins and needles for a while, because we knew if it dropped a few more degrees, we were going to be in trouble.
Crews also say to be aware of branches that accumulate heavy snow. They could fall and possibly fall onto roads or power lines. And this weekend's rain caused problems for families in Rowan County. Schools there closed yesterday to a boil water advisory. Officials with the Moorhead Utility Plant Board told us they had problems with chemically treating flood waters, making tap water unsafe to drink. Officials say the system is back online, but as they test to make sure the water is safe, the advisory will stay in place. And that's creating issues for some restaurants trying to stay open.
People want to go somewhere where they can get soda, and if you can't offer them what they want to drink, then they're not going to come here and drink. They'll go somewhere else.
The Moorhead Utility Plant Board estimates the boil water advisory will be in effect for another 48 hours. The board says it will notify the public once the advisory is lifted. And this is not news you want to hear right after last week's holiday gatherings. There are 785 cases of flu reported in Kentucky. Kentucky has reached what's called a regional outbreak of the flu. The next tier up is the highest, known as widespread. It's too early to know how effective this year's shot is, but medical professionals say you should still get it. With Christmas just weeks away, they're expecting to see the number of flu cases increase as family and friends start spending more time together. Dr. Ryan Stanton says there is no quick treatment for the flu, but you can try to prevent it.
The typical vaccine will prevent about 60% of the flu cases altogether, but we also know that if you get the flu, the duration is shorter and the severity is less.
Dr. Stanton says he hopes the higher levels of flu cases this year earlier in the year will mean an early peak of the season and an early ending in the spring. And we learned the name of a man hit and killed on Highway 15 during the weekend. Police tell us they believe 21-year-old Nicholas Whitley was jumping in front of cars before being hit and killed. They say two different vehicles hit him near Tim Short Chevrolet in the Glomar Bridge. Whitley was pronounced dead at Appalachian Regional Hospital. And new this morning, a former office manager for a child support office in Boyd County is accused of stealing thousands of dollars from that agency. Court documents tell us Mary Pickett took more than $33,000 from the payroll account over 7 years. Pickett is set to go before a judge later this morning, facing 1 count of theft by unlawful taking or disposition of property and 76 counts of first-degree forgery. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, the White House is all decked out for the holidays. We'll give you a peek inside the executive mansion.
Slick spots can be around this morning in some areas, so give yourself plenty of time to get around. I'll have the extended forecast in about 3 minutes.